This lesson is going to cover an introduction to sketching, which is going to be a fundamental skill needed for mastering SolidWorks, to get to solid models. The first thing I'm going to show you, though, is how to upload this. And so what is going to happen on our weekly lecture or multi-weekly lecture is I'm going to go through a section in the text step by step, showing you how to do what they show in the text. You're going to follow along. You're going to do exactly what I'm doing on the screen, or if you'd rather do it following along in the text, that's fine. But then you're going to submit that drawing. Now, you might think that's a little silly because you're not doing it on your own, but there's still a great deal of learning going on as you're following those steps. And so by you submitting that sketch or the drawing or the model, whatever it is, depending on the week, it lets me know that you're sitting through that lecture and at least getting this part done. And so where you're going to submit that is if you go into Learning Modules, and this should be how you see it. This should be a student preview. Under, as I said in the intro video, we've got 3 sections here: video, lectures, and recording, reading. Most are going to be videos. However, if I go into week 1, you can see these are just videos. Now, our lesson 2 class, this covers a video and a lecture. Now, if I click on this, you see kind of nothing except the due date. You need to click on View Instructions. There's the video, and this is where you submit it. And so you'll do your own SolidWorks sketch or drawing or whatever whatever it is. You're going to save it on your computer, or if you have to use the school's computer, and then you're going to drag it or upload it right here. Upload file, and that is going to be your submission. So you're going to drag it here or submit it here, and then you're going to submit it, save and close. So pretty simple, but it's different than if you're used to the original version of Blackboard. All right, let's exit this, and we're going to get over to the lesson. Okay, so a sketch is going to be a 2-dimensional drawing, and this is going to be the basis for all sketch features. And you can see what we're going to do here is we're going to sketch out a line, and then in this case it's extruding, and here's the basic shapes. So I'm extruding out or in. We can revolve around an axis. I can do a sweep, which is going to go this way, and maybe a change in elevation as well, or a loft, which kind of does the same thing, but in a couple different ways. It's changing shape and elevation. And so what we want to do is, if I'm going to skip around here a little bit. So what are we going to sketch? We're going to sketch this shape here. And if you look at the shape to the right of it, that is a possibility based on this shape that we're going to start with. And so I like to think of that initial sketch or shape that we're going to make as the anchor. And you can see that with that basic shape on the right, we can add all those other features to create that. I like to keep each feature very basic, but just keep adding on to that base feature. And what that does is it allows us, it makes it a simpler process, but we keep building and building until we get what we want. When we open a new drawing, it's going to ask us what plane that we want it on. And you can see I've got my 3 planes here, my front, my top, and my side. And basically you can consider these like the sides of a view or the views of a drawing. And so it's up to us how we want to start that. We've got a lot of different sketch options. They're called entities, the parts that make up the sketch. Anything from lines to circles to parabolas. And so again, as our drawings get more complex, we're going to use different sketch geometry to make that happen. We have two basic ways of controlling the sketch entity. We can do a click-click, where we're going to click on one point, and then we're going to let go. We're going to move our cursor over to another point, and we're going to click again, and that's going to create a sketch entity. The other way we can do it is we can click on a first point, we can hold that left mouse key down, and we can drag it over to another point, and we can let it go. And again, we're going to use these in different scenarios, and again, we'll cover that. But those are the two basic ways that we're going to use a sketch entity or create one. Okay, we're going to end this video here. And then with the next continuation, we are going to actually start our sketch.